Howdy homies, James Finnerty here. I do not have my Topo Chico, and it seems that my coffee cup is empty. It's been a long day, it's late, my watch is giving me a bedtime reminder. But I want to knock out a quick video so I can kind of clear the stuff off the bench, and I think there's some cool mail that showed up today. So, first thing, what is sitting right here is I have taken a set of Kluson Supremes and Kluson Deluxes and merged them into one set of the Ultimate Tuners, while also putting on some quite charming little swirly dimples in the end there. I don't know if I can get a wonderful shot of that, but let's kind of a little detail to focus on, but let's try. So if I zoom way in, can you see those cool little dimples that I put in there? With their little swirls, little cutoff marks. So that's one detail that's always been missing from the Klusons. And now these have the improved, I hesitate to say improved because it's not vintage correcting, but they have 18:1 gear ratios. So they're a little bit smoother and a little bit finer for tuning, like a set of Grovers, but they look like vintage Klusons. Now, they still have the factory buttons on them. I haven't changed those yet. And interestingly enough, look at these. The buttons from the Kluson Deluxes, they look better than the buttons on the Kluson Supremes. I mean, is that weird or what? Like, it's just... All right, I can't explain that one. Maybe these sat around longer. Oh, you know what? I can't explain that. One of these came in the old box and one in the new box. This is the old box, and these are the Deluxes. So okay, it looks like maybe they've improved over what they used to be last year a little bit. These are kind of, I don't know, it just depends what you want. These are kind of pink, these are kind of green. Pick your poison, none of them are perfect. Okay, these need to be aged. Let's see, I'm not used to these little boxes. How does this work? I think they go in here and then here. You guys can't see what I'm doing, as boring as it is. And then here, here, and we seem to be missing a spot for one. And here, all right, there we go. Okay, those need to be aged. So I have a little, see my little aging jig here for Gibson stuff. On the other side, I got some spaces to mount tuners and tuner bushings and the tuner screws. If you like to age stuff and you want to not just use etching solution, or if you don't want to be ghetto, you can do what I do. Now, I think these are going to be so this was really hard to do, by the way. Getting these off is a nightmare. On the Kluson Supremes, the backs, I wasn't going to use these. I cut the little tabs off with a die grinder, and those poke through here on the plates, and you can see where they're kind of marred up on the plates from that. They're even that way on these too, unfortunately, but see, they're all marred up in there, but that's inside, you won't see them. On these though, on the single line Deluxes, the backs I wanted to use, I had to get those off of these machines. Look how loose these are. And you couldn't do that by cutting them because I had to reuse them. So that was such a difficult process. They're really hard. It is not at all like bending the tabs on pots. I wish it was, because that is a thing that I'm good at. This was very difficult. I think I'll preserve these for the buttons. I've got a set of fake 58s on the way, which, if you're not familiar with them, I think it's just fake58.com. They make aged tulip plastic button tips, whatever you want to call them, that look really nice. And they make shrunken ones that are brown, and if you like that look, or if you've got a burst that needs one, rock on, man. It's not my thing so much. Like ever so slightly darkened and maybe a little bit browned, I could handle, but not as much as they offer them. So I got some of their, I think they're called Page 26, which is probably from Beauty of the Burst. I'm just guessing, you know, Page 26 burst from that book. That was the one and only book for the longest time. So, and I have it. I guess I'll have to go see what's on page 26. And they are that kind of dried out, very, very accurate look, but they are not so shrunken as the shrunken mummy tuners, whatever you want to call them, that they're known for. But they're not here yet. Hey, you know what is here though? Some real originals. I think I've shown these before. These are no lines. These are 1956 Kluson no lines. So they have no Kluson Deluxe text in that space there. I could conceivably take the buttons off of these and use them. Do you see what I mean now? Like these are, I don't know if this is coming through well in the lighting. These are pink, these are green. I could conceivably use those. Let me try something different with the camera here. I think I might not be on the best setting. Hang on one sec. Okay, let's try that again now. I was not on ProRes, so maybe this is a better example for the color. But what I was trying to show was that here's the original 1956. These are fairly green. These are fairly pink. These are the real deal. Put them all together there on the screen. How's that? Maybe that's too zoomed in. Just like that, maybe. Okay. So I could conceivably pull these off, and these are nice. I mean, these turn like really good. D-stamps, patent stamps, whatever you want to call them. Maybe I will. Maybe I will use them. However, I don't really want to mess with them. They're nice. They're original. I feel like I'd either use the originals or I would modify them. Sorry, I would either use the originals or I would use modified. Use modern tips. Boy, my brain is mush. Let's get this stuff out of the way and open some mail. Maybe I can do that properly. This is things for aging. I guess I'm just gonna leave these together for now. Okay. All right. Clear a few things off the bench real quick while we're talking. I know I should have already done that. This is such a nice mallet. If you need one of these, Grace USA. These are the best. But that's finer work, you know. They make different sizes. They make smaller and larger. That one is not for bludgeoning things into submission like tabs on tuning machines that don't want to give. That would be a different tool. All right, let's see if we can get this stuff out of the way here. Because this is what you tuned in for, right? Watching me clear my bench. Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. I'm clearing my bench off to the side here. But we're done. I'm done. It's clean. Move these Sharpies out of the way. All right. One more thing. Forceps. Okay. There's something to focus on. Focus and then clear it away. Okay. What do we have here? Let me show you one thing that I have already put away that I opened up today. Okay, come on. Work with me here, drawer. It's not in this drawer. It's in the other drawer. I'm having trouble opening it. Look at that. That is a 1959 tailpiece stud. And there's another one. That's not a wraparound. And that is indeed correct. Very correct. So correct. I'm going to wipe the grease off my hands one more time. So not only is this correct, but I actually know everyone in the chain of ownership of it. So it has both documented photo provenance from where it came from, and I also know the folks involved, the last 3 owners, which is exactly what you want. That's the thing of beauty, my friends. So, yeah, it's got some fake stuff too there. Replicas, sorry. And here's its matching partner. Tell me this isn't rare to have the whole rear end set. Look at that, my friends. That is the good stuff. That's my stuff. Hey, it doesn't look bad. But it's not the real deal. Maybe it sounds as good, though. We will have to find out. You see there's one screw sticking out? It's because that one was replaced with one that seems like it was from a wired bridge, because there's just a little bit of extra space there. So if you have an original set of intonation screws from a 1959 ABR-1, or even just one, and the saddles if you have those too. Whoops, what goes in here? Please reach out, because I'm short one original screw, and the saddles, the original saddles, so these are often in poor condition. So what you saw on there were obviously new saddles. Those are the, oh boy, what is his name? I don't remember. Fella in Colorado that sells them. But I also have a set of John, oh, what's his name? Oh boy, I'm embarrassed now. Well, let's see. Let's just pull them out. Okay, some other bridges that we can have a look at. Oh, Man, this is his name, right? John Mann? Yeah, there we go. Man-Made USA. So I've got a set of those too. Give those a spin. Take a look at this again. And the original. Okay. That's supposed to be NOS, so it shouldn't be aged. But can we all agree that, oh boy, I'm off camera. Can we all agree I'm off camera? Area 59, which, you know, maybe that's Gibson Historic. I'm not really sure. 4 uncles. Original. Why is this one brown? Can we talk about this? Look at this. It's okay that they fall out, but this screw's black, but look, it's got kind of like watermarks and pitting on it. See that? Like all along here. Okay, that's what nickel looks like. Don't tell me. Oh, but that's how the originals were. Really? Nope. Nope. No, it's not. I talked about that already in another video a little bit. I'll reach out to them and ask them. I gotta take photos of this stuff and do that though. That's a chore for tomorrow. I don't really feel like dealing with that right now. And if I'm being honest, it kind of bums me out a little bit. You know how much that Four Uncles bridge was? It's about $630 shipped. A little over $625. And that was with the thumb wheels. Do I have those handy? I did. Yeah. The thumb wheels. Which are also supposed to be NOS. And are also brown, even rusty. So, yeah, really weird. I have a theory about it, but I'm gonna ask them. Honestly, I'm tempted to send it back. Like, that's how much it doesn't look right. I can't use it. I can't put that on a guitar with actual nickel stuff. You know, I think that's why they want you to buy the aged one. I kept asking if I wanted it aged after I said not aged. Probably hides that a bit. But not for long. Eventually, it'll show it even more because it's going to wear through and you'll see that copper underneath. Non-vintage cred copper. Okay. What else? I have a little box here. This might be more vintage Gibson parts. I like vintage Gibson parts. I hope that's what it is. I'm going to wrap this one up shortly. Pointers and nuts and washers, perhaps? Yes. Okay. It's a little thing, but I've got the vintage Central Labs, and I've got vintage bonnet knobs, and I've got, you know, other stuff on my guitar, vintage jack. And also, here is the hardware that I was waiting on. The vintage pointers. Indeed, they are pointy. They're not rounded, but they're also not slice your hand sharp. I can tell you from looking at these that they're right. And I can tell you from looking at these that this and this are for the Switchcraft and those are for the Central Labs. They're ever so slightly different, but when you have enough of it go through your hands, it kind of stands out. Now, where did I put, there we go. More vintage parts. You're right there. What else do we have? I think this is maybe a P90. I think this is a repair. I'm not going to open the customer information on camera. Oh boy. Oh, that's not original. Not that yellow lead. Okay, it is indeed a P90. And it looks pretty clean. Okay, I think I remember this. I think this was a magnet issue. I'm gonna look at this off camera real quick. I can do this. Cover up the customer information. It is a 1956 Gibson Soap Bar P90. I don't know if I agree with that. We'll confirm that. Pickup reads 7.6K on a multimeter. Produces little to no sound when installed in harness. Okay. And it's on a Les Paul Special, 1956. Guitar itself is very clean and vibrant. Rings something unplugged. Okay. All right. So, from the description, I think one of these magnets is flipped or not charged. Okay, south up, or north up, north down. Okay, that's good news. That's good. That's how it's supposed to be, but that's not good news because the pickup's not working. We're gonna do this one right here because it's gonna be that quick. At least step one is. Okay. South out. So, okay. So these are how they should be. Well, actually they're not. It's backwards. Somebody reversed the magnetic polarity on it. So they were both north in. They feel like they're charged pretty weak, but this is not an accurate way to measure that. We'll use a meter to test that, and that could be the problem. I want to see which lead is hooked to hot on here. It should be the finish, which is this one. And no, it's not. The finish is going to ground. So I think this was repaired at one point, and when it was repaired, they put the wires back on wrong, and then the pickup was out of phase, and the solution to that was probably to flip the magnets. That was the easy solution. That's not the cause of the problem, though. The cause of the problem is something else. I guess I'll take a quick reading on that coil, although I believe, I mean, this could have been shorted there, but he was getting a reading, so I don't think that was it. I mean, this guy knows what he's doing. We've talked before. Let's take a quick reading just to see what we get. Oh, 7.38K. So, yeah, that's on the surface, everything looks like. I mean, the magnets were installed backwards, but that won't change anything other than the phase relationship of the pickup to the other. And because these two leads were also backwards, then it would not even be out of phase with the other pickup, although it would be hum canceling in the middle. That is reverse polarity, reverse phase. So it's going to go back together for the moment. At least kind of back together. Okay, last package. And I think I know what this is. Oh yes. Okay. Like I said in the previous video, I was missing a couple in this series. I wanted to fill in the gaps. So we had, I think it was 3 here yesterday. Here's 2. Hey, look at that. I know that book. Mario Milan wrote it, the co-author of my Gibson PAF book. I wonder if that is my book also mentioned here, because my book's published on Center Stream. Gibson, the PAF The PAF pickup from Myth to Reality is the title of my book, written by James Finnerty and Mario Milan. Mario, super cool dude, awesome music historian, definite Gibson expert. Man, good looking purse. Yeah, Keith Richards. I was like, I've seen that. Oh, Be Still My Heart. Serial number 200. Pretty cool. Okay. Look at all that red. 1378. What's this one? This one is a 60. Also got a lot of red. We'll just flip through them a little bit. Hey! Ugh, that guy. The Four Uncles guy. Funny he would come up right now. Decal doesn't look real. All right. Well, I'm not going to just sit here and flip through. We're not going to read the book together. What was that one? It was very... Oh, yeah, look at that. Gary Washington. So I had an R9 that was owned by Gary Rossington. He played it with Artemis Pyle. And my friend Scott Lowe, who actually just passed this year, RIP Scoot, he played bass with them and toured. And when that tour was over, he came back and he brought that guitar with him. And Gary sold it to the music shop that we worked at, Scoot and I. And I bought it. And it looked more like this one than the one he was holding in the picture. That's the one I was just looking for. 90592 RJ. That's a good looking one. Yeah, that was a pretty great guitar. I liked it. The red was a little bit tomato soupy for me. It was not a clownburst. It wasn't that tomato soupy. It was what Gibson called a washed cherry finish. And I think it was probably a 2009 guitar, maybe it's 2007. I don't remember. But those frets were worn way down in the Cowboy chorus because Gary just played the guitar every night, the Leonard Skinner songs over and over and over again, the same stuff. So and he played it hard, and I got the guitar plecked by my good friend Phil Jacoby, and he did a fine job. He's an absolutely excellent pleck operator. I've seen him pleck dozens of guitars, more than that. It was my poor communication to not know better at the time than to say, like, don't take all the frets down, leave a little bit, or maybe let's swap a few and then take them down. I should have known, and I mean, like, I really should have. Not like as a customer, I'm not expecting to know that. Like, Phil would have expected me to say that because I did know what I was talking about. So that was just and I just didn't think about it. I didn't do it. I had whatever reason, like we plucked it and it took the frets down really far, and something changed about it in the feel and the sound, and I like never really bonded with it after that. So I sold it shortly after. Sorry, it's not a happy ending. I mean, it's not a bad ending. I got another one that I like much more, and I still have it, like, with the money from that. So it worked out really, really well. But, okay, I gotta go. Good night.